the gray. Years roll along and fade. Don't let them slip away. Right here, right now, today. These are the good old days. Right here, right now, today. Hey, these are the good old days. Yeah, you know we're going to Zellers, son! Picking up my friends in my mom's car. Don't need a map cause we ain't going far. Piled in the back with all my boys. We're headed for Zellers and we're looking for toys. I'm wired like I stuck my finger in a socket. Allowance burning a hole in my pocket. Saved all my money from my paper route. Gonna splash some cash. We going out to
Zellers with the fellas. Zellers with the fellas.
Nobody keeps selling prices on toys. Nobody.
Ain't been to Zellers in a good long while. Me and the fellas tearing up the toy aisle. G.I. Joe, Turtles, Thundercats, He-Man. Can't make up my mind, it's all good to me, man. If I get Leo, can I also get Donnie? Will Grayscale take up all my pocket money? I do like the look of that Centurion. You can lose your mind when you're toy shopping at
Zellers with the fellas. Zellers with the fellas.
Zellers, only you'll know how little you paid.
My head is spinning, the pressure is on. Mom's got an appointment at the hair salon. So hurry up, pick something my mom demanded, or else you're gonna go home empty-handed. So snap decision, hope I made the right call. A Batman, Merman, and a bad ball. Back in the car with my boys and things. Man, oh man, I can't wait to go back to
Zellers with the fellas. Zellers with the fellas.
The source is Zellers. The sale is now.
Hey! We are back, baby, and in greater numbers. Guys, how we all doing this morning or this evening, depending on where you are?
Doing good, buddy.
Pumped and jazzed. I'm ready for an exaggerated amount. Is that the real word? I'm looking forward to a lot of spending, a lot of pressure, and maybe Lilith following us closely as we go from aisle to aisle.
That Lilith is here this morning, ready to go shopping. It's great. We got our flannels and ready to go. I do want to give Zazel a special shout out that when he was here in Canada, he did suit up most days with a flannel on top, and it was good. Actually, it was RonCon day one, and Wes was like. He was like, "Hey, I didn't know it was flannels on top of the RonCon shirts. Otherwise, I would have suited up." And so,
I think the next RonCon shirt should have like a flannel design on it with the black.
Oh yes!
Next year we'll flannel it on top. It'll be good. But no, it was good. Those that weren't at RonCon were missed, but you were there in spirit, and we did Zellers for the Fellers, an honorary trip to the Ron store. And I got under by my feet right now. I'm not going to show you, but I got boxes of stuff that we're sending out to everybody who wasn't at RonCon here. So we got some RonCon treasures ready to go.
Hell yeah!
How are you guys doing? This is, and Nate, I don't want to make you feel bad. But since last time, Phil and Zazel have gone on a toy hunt together, and myself and Zazel and Gaz have all gone on toy hunts together. It's a whole different world here. So we gotta figure out how we can hook up with Nate and go toy hunting together.
RonCon next year, Aussie RonCon with Nate.
2026.
That's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be something when it happens. We've got some people hopping into the chat here, and we got Crashes here.
He missed a name, the doofus.
It's early over here in North America. It's early, but guys, it's been good. We after the excitement of RonCon, the excitement of Joe Fest, all that it is. It feels good to be back here doing Zellers with the Fellers. Just feels right, you know. It just feels like we're doing some stuff.
Been a minute. It's been a long
Feels
time.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah, it feels like it's been too long.
Feels like it has been too long. I blame Zazel for that. But
Boss has been on the road for the last 3 months.
yeah, it has been. So a little saying, how early is it here? It is right now. It is 7:06 a.m. And
Adam doesn't drink coffee.
I got my Treasures Triggers teacup here ready to go. Actually, I had that thing happen in the morning. I don't know if you've ever had this happen where it's just you get your tea, and you're going to go shopping with your buddies, and you pour your tea into your cup, and you put a little bit of honey in there, and then you put a little bit of milk in there, and you look down, and the milk has turned and it's all separated. It's ruined the cup of tea.
Ooh,
ruined. That happened this morning. I had to just get out of Dodge there. And speaking of BronCon, here comes Wes.
Oh,
Hey, Wes.
Yeah, Wes
huge supporter of RonCon. Wes was answering a lot of questions from people out in the wild asking about RonCon, which was pretty cool.
Yep, it was. He was the ambassador. It was real good. But again, it was a great time. And next year will be even better because we're going to have more faces, be more international, and it's going to be good. But all that to say is, I'm so pumped to be going back to Zellers with you guys. We're going. Let me get this here.
Go back.
It's summertime. In summertime, Wes says next year he's hiring a PR guy just to handle all the questions. I think I know a guy we can hire, but he might give out wrong information. You just make it up. He might verify the wrong autographs and such.
We might need a QR code on the back of Wes's shirt so people can just scan and get the frequently asked questions for RonCon. Not that he wasn't a great ambassador for it. He was fantastic. Great bunch of guys coming out of Fandom Power Podcast. The best fandom powered podcast on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, they are fantastic. And I wanna throw this out to you guys as well, but I had a way more fun than I thought I was gonna have doing the Swamp Thing watch along. So we need to.
Oh, that was great.
At some point in time, get ready for another movie commentary. That was a lot of fun. Zazel was a little more.
We had no audio. I was just watching a silent film, listening to Adam talk about this silent film. I had to put the pieces together. I know I've seen that movie before, but not for a while. And trying to follow along an hour and 45-minute movie with absolutely no sound. 3 beers deep, thanks to Wes and Ari, who supplied me with a supply of beer. Well, you know what? It's fine. We're fine. We're all fine here. How are you?
We're all fine. How are you? So it's summertime, and summertime is the season of the buddies sleeping over, and so we're going back here to 1986 this morning. Which,
What a year!
Okay, perfect.
I'm going to tell you guys, this may be. If someone was like, "Hey, here's a time machine. You guys get to go back to one time, Zellers with the Fellers for real." 86 might be the year I push for. When I was putting this together, like there was a lot of variety on shelves in 86, a lot on there, and so it's going to be neat. So I said, "Mom, can the guys come for a sleepover?" And she said, "Sure." So we got some classic. Snacks for the sleepover. We got some Jello pudding pops. We got some O. Henry's and Coffee Crisps, some Canadian classics. We got some Coca-Colas. And guys, we rented two of the hottest VHS releases for our sleepover. Tonight we're going to be watching Rocky IV and The Goonies.
Nice. I watched The Goonies on the plane on the way from Japan to Canada. So
did you see they're making a sequel now?
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
It's called The Gronies because they're just so old.
Did your mom pick up the Cokes?
Yeah, she shook them up, so they're like
Yeah.
ready to go.
Those are those little glass bottles with like the styrofoam covers on them.
I reckon that was Phil. I reckon Phil's gone along and shook them up and handed them out. He's like, here,
Yeah.
take this. Oh,
I
good
wouldn't-
picks.
Starfighter, yes.
I want to know
Yeah.
what an O. Henry. Tell me what an O. Henry is.
You don't want to know.
I want to know.
So O. Henry
Oh,
is a chocolate bar, clearly. But it's got a nougat center, and then it's got a caramel holding peanuts onto that nougat center, and then it's covered in chocolate. So it's
So like a
very-
Snickers.
Do you remember? Do you remember Caddyshack, Phil? The movie Caddyshack.
Yeah.
I remember when somebody dropped the candy bar in the pool.
Is that an O. Henry?
It kind of
So
looks
no,
like
it
that.
looks
Yeah.
All right.
So
O.
there's-
Henry.
The O. Henry, the Sweet Marie, and the Baby Ruth are all essentially the same chocolate bar.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh.
I will say this: I don't like coffee, but them coffee crisps are always so good.
Oh yeah, no. Xavier fell in love with the coffee crisps and the Wonder Bar while he was here in Canada.
Mm. You couldn't get enough Wonder Bars.
No, he could.
Wonder
so,
Bar was like the Warhammer of candy bars.
Wes is making a comment here. This is the year I started buying those big hits compilations. I think it sounded as good as Patio Lanterns on a stretched out cassette. Are you
Yeah,
guys
true.
familiar with the song Patio Lanterns? Do any of you know what song that is?
No, I do not.
All right, I'm going to send
They're
you.
Is it called patio lanterns?
It's called Patio Lanterns by a Canadian guy named Kim Mitchell, and it's a Canadian like iconic summer classic. And I got
Was it on the Roncon
Is that the guy who does
playlist?
the Sasquatch song?
It's no to both those questions. And I've got a great Patio Lantern story, but it will make no sense if you don't know the songs. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Wait.
Okay, we'll circle back around.
I'm gonna mute
Yeah,
myself. 'cause I
listening
have
is
it
coffee
muted.
crisp like a peppermint crisp. No, it's a lot of wafers in the middle of that, but it has a slight. When I say slight, I mean slight mocha flavor. But no, it's a Canadian classic, and we quite enjoy the coffee crisp around here. But I will say, when you were saying Xavier was, a little disinterested in a few of the things that happened at RonCon and Joe Fest, what he wasn't disinterested in was Canadian cuisine. That guy fell in love with poutine while he was here. Where driving to the airport, we had to stop for one last poutine before he left the country.
He got the biggest poutine they had.
Yeah, I said to him, I said, okay, Xavier, I know you're going on an airplane here, and he wanted to get the pulled pork poutine, which is a great choice. But I said the sizes here are nuts. I said, so they have a side, a small, a medium, a large, and a family. And I said, like, I can't eat a small. Like, a small is too much for me. So, like, I get a side or a small. He goes, I'll have the medium. And I was like, he didn't even listen to anything I said. And then we watched him eat what? It must have been like 4 pounds of poutine that kid ate.
Yeah,
Nope.
you put it away.
Well,
Yeah.
it was only gonna end up in like one of two scenarios: stuck on a plane and unable to go to the bathroom, or stuck on a plane and going to the bathroom all the way home.
Right.
Yeah. We'll leave that up to your imagination, which way that went.
Yeah. So, but he fell in love with Canadian cuisine, so I loved that a lot.
He did pretty well in Japan too, actually, Xavier. And he gave everything a crack.
Yeah,
All of the raw
more than I
fish,
would. Yeah.
the random fish egg stuff, which his father would refuse to try, but Xavier gave
Nope.
everything a crack. Good on him.
Yeah. I have
Zazel saw
two
where you got
kids.
those fish eggs, Phil.
Hey,
That's only because Zazel saw where you got those fish eggs.
It's like a Mandalorian situation. There's two fish people staring at you as you're eating their eggs. But yeah, no, I have two kids, and one will try anything, and one is the pickiest eater in the history of the planet.
Yeah. I don't have the metabolism for it anymore. But good on him. While he's got it, he might as well use it.
All right, so we've had our snacks, we've had our sleepover, and then the next morning my mom says, "Hey, we're actually going to Thunder Bay. Do your friends want to come to Zellers? And I said, hell's yes. And luckily we got we just finished school, and guys, we all got straight A's. Like what's what we got on our report cards. And because of that, we all came home with $30 of celebration money. So two tens and two fives. We are rich fellas. And you want to know the best part about this trip to Zellers? Is that in the summertime, when school was out, Grandma and Grandpa would come visit. And we are going to go to Zellers in style in their 1978 Chevrolet motorhome.
You know, me
Does
and,
that have wings?
me and Zaz are up in that upper sleeper area.
Yes. Hell yeah.
No,
We're keeping an eye out.
You could drive to Zellers in this thing, and you could sit in the back of the table, and you could play cards. You could stretch out on the couch. You could. It was just the best way to travel. So
We're laying out flat, arms out like Superman, pretending we're flying.
Yeah, and because you weren't strapped into a car like on the way home, you could really play with your toys. You could get them out, and you could really have some adventures. So, guys, don't hold back, because it's going to be a great playtime on the way home. So we hop into the motorhome, and time flies because you're hanging out with good buddies, having a blast. Cecil and I can attest to that we drove, did an 18-hour road trip down to Georgia, and it was just a blast. We had all the fun in the world. Wes is here, and he's saying you have to show the Zellers Spock 5s. I've shown them the Spock 5s. I think it was our first Zellers of the Feathers. I was like, what do you think the Canadian government has told Canada to stop doing? And that's drawing Spock on their 5. Right? And that's the kind of guys we are. But we're heading down the highway. We pass the Terry Fox Monument, which means we are minutes away from Zellers. We've got money in our pocket, and we show up, and boom, here we are at Zellers in 1986.
Straight to Zellers this time. Straight in.
Straight in. We've got some.
I can already tell which one Phil's going for.
We've got some Joes. We've got some Secret Wars. We've got some Silver Hawks. We've got some Centurions here. Now, Joes are $4. Motus are $5 for the regular cards and $6 for the deluxe cards. The Centurions are $10. They're a big toy. And the Silver Hawks are $7.99. Silver Hawks were a little more expensive because all that vac metal chrome.
Ooh-wee. There's a Rio Blast there.
Yeah. So let me get my notes going here. So
86. Ooh.
And I'll tell you this. This is just the tip of the 86 iceberg. Tip of the iceberg.
Ooh. So I'll say this by 86. I was pretty much saying goodbye to Motu and was all in on G.I. Joe. I didn't have any Secret Wars. Centurions, I may have had one. I know I had a couple of Silverhawks, but I didn't pick up any of these characters down on the bottom there as far as He-Man is concerned. I already had the best He-Man anyway with Thunder Punch. It would be a crime to step back and go with the stupid flying fists. And so I'm treating Zellers as if I don't already have these toys in my collection. Right? I did have some of these, but going in there without it, thinking about my mentality at that point, I would have been looking for a Triple T for sure. But there don't seem to be any limitations on numbers here. They seem to be fully stocked.
So I want to say, with the exception of the next store we're going to, which is there's only one of each of everything, because it's that bargain store. Because of the abundance of stuff that was available in '86, which is our heaviest year, I could only in good conscience say no, everything would have been fully stocked, because there were just so much options in this year that things would just be fully stocked. So today there's no limitations on things. We can all buy whatever we want, except of course for the next store we go to, which is Bargain Harold's.
All right.
Just a little fun fact. In 1986, the U.S. dollar to Canadian loonie was double. So I don't have 30, I have 60.
Oh, yeah. You're in the right country.
How much was my Aussie dollar worth? I might owe you money.
Coming back from Joe Fest, I'm not gonna lie to you, it did feel good putting in, an amount of American cash into the bank machine and getting, that and a half plus back, and I was like, well, that felt good.
Yeah, I spent it all. I didn't take any money back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna.
Wesley says, no question about it. I'm going home with Ace McLeod, Jake Rockwell, and Max Ray. He would
Man,
dive
good
in,
day.
spend
30
all
bucks
his
gone.
money, all his money first stop, and he's happy with
Yeah.
3 Centurions. No question about it.
Brilliant.
All right. Who's going first?
I know. Phil right now is looking at Max Ray pretty eagerly.
Oh, you know me too well. Yes. This is difficult because 86 was my introductory year to G.I. Joe too. So as you guys know, my favorite Joe out of all the Joes is Wetsuit. But I can't remember from the other trips. Do you guys remember? I don't think Zellers was the cheapest place for Joe's, was it? See, I'm trying to be strategic here. And I'm going to.
Well, we're going to a bargain place. We're going to a bargain place next. But
see if I can wait and get Wetsuit a bit cheaper later on, perhaps. But I'm not so confident that the Centurions are going to be available later on. So, put me down for a Max Ray for $10. And
right.
Ironically, I got Max Ray as well during a summer holiday in New Zealand when we were camping in a camper van. So, the fact that we are traveling in this what do you call it? It's the
motorhome.
Is this a motorhome? This is just perfect. This is exactly the way that I got Max Ray back in the day. So yeah, he's by far my favorite Centurion. So I'm going to go with him, and then I'm going to cross my fingers that I can pick up Wetsuit a bit later on.
All right.
I may regret it, but we'll see.
You'll never regret a Max Ray purchase, though.
No, definitely not.
Gaz looks
I'm
like
done.
He's very concerned.
I'm trying to spend my money wisely here.
I would say of the 3 of us that were at Joe Fest, Gaz was the most spend responsible. Zazel, 1 hour into the show was like, okay, here's my threshold for a Sarge figure. I'm going to go haggle everybody in the whole shop floor right now. And that was
I got a bag of them.
You did. And I think I was the most like, hey, let's just be free. Let's spend it all. Let's just go and spend money. So I kept amassing things in the hotel room, and it got a little ominous to try and pack up at the end of the week.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Beachhead.
Oh, Beachhead.
Nice.
Low light. Get low light as well, because I'm like,
Perfect.
this is it. He's like he must be like the new Snake Eyes, and I guess Serrana.
Oh yeah.
I'm already 15 in a hole. I'll screw it. I'll just grab one more. I'll grab the bat as well.
Nice.
Rana. I think this is the most Gaz has ever spent at the first stop.
Yeah.
Gaz is going nuts.
Yeah. He's
Saw
up
that
to-
sunlight, Gaz, behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's feeding me solar radiation.
Yeah, Gaz got over half his money at the first stop. $16.
Yeah, but you remember I got 60.
Well, but because we're like 7 years old here, Gaz keeps us going to the cashier with Canadian money, and he's like, "Excuse me, I'm from America." Like slides over Canadian currency. That's not how it works, son. That's not how it works. No, you don't understand. I'm from America.
Who's next?
I just want to add here that Wes is saying he starts singing "Moving Right Along" for our road trip, and that's something that Zazel and I did very often on the way to
Oh yeah.
the Ron Con Joe Fest. The Muppets soundtrack was huge, And then we our boys were with us, so we quickly fell into Flight of the Conchords, and they
Yeah, I loved it.
really loved
Gaz
that.
hated it.
If you ever want to see Gaz go from Bruce Banner to the Incredible Hulk, put on the Flight of the Conchords.
He hated it.
I thought he was going to punch me in the
Gaz,
mouth.
Gaz, you uncultured swine.
Yeah. I think that was the most requested group of songs by the kids.
It was that. It was either Flight of the Conchords or Careless Whisper, and I was like, "Who
Yeah.
are our sons?"
Yeah.
I saw online the other day that Brett from Flight of the Conchords is he's like just releasing new music, but it's like it's not comedy music, it's just regular music. I'm like, no,
what is it?
where's the funny?
Yeah,
Okay. Do that one thing we like.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
By the fridge with the food.
Put it on the list.
Yeah, I'm the hippopotamus. My rhymes are bottomless.
Kiwi royalty right there.
Great Aussie band.
Piss off.
Top,
You can't have it.
top left, is that Lieutenant Falcon?
No, that's
Top
Hawk.
left is
That's General Hawk.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So I'm gonna grab General Hawk and Dr. Mindbender.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
This guy's got a bat,
Yeah.
so we can world build.
It's neat.
Perfect.
When you look at Joe's of this era of like the 86, 87, when it starts getting more to the sci-fi, where you can get General Hawk, who is like a military action figure through and through. And then you put him against Dr. Mindbender, who's a guy in purple pants and no shirt.
It looks good though. It looks good.
Yeah.
You know what? I walked back to the aisle and I put back 2 Joes. I just feel like I shouldn't. So I'm putting back the bat and
Right.
Lowlight and just leaving with Serana and Beachhead. I can't spend all my money here.
Zarana and
When the cash register person said no, you only have 30. I'm like, yeah.
That's the Gaz we know and love.
This little
There
6-year-old
he
just arguing with the
Gaz
register.
is back.
Yeah,
Oh man.
My favorite Gaz moment from Joe Fest was I had a Rojo. I had some Rojos on the way up there, and one was Beachhead and one was Snake Eyes. But they both had broken crotches, and so I printed them new waists. And so my Beachhead one I printed up and I like colored and it's not the colors aren't right, but they match and it looks. If you don't know, you wouldn't know. And Gaz picks it up and he goes, "Hey man, this is wrong. Hey, this is wrong." And I said, "Yeah, man, I printed that and because it was broken." He goes, "Oh, then that's really cool. That's excellent." And it went from being like the wrongest thing ever to like, "Guys, this is pretty great." Yeah,
This is great, yeah. All right, is it my turn?
Oh, Drew's saying he would have gone with Jonathan Quicksilver and Tallyhawk.
Oh yeah.
Silverhawks are pretty stunning toys. They look dynamite.
They are. They had a great theme song, pretty cool cartoon. I'm steering clear of everything except for the Joes here at Zellers, and I know now as an adult that these are all very great toy properties, and we still love them to this day. But I know back then I was definitely all in on G.I. Joe. So I'm going to pick up Leatherneck. That was the first and only mustached Marine that I had for G.I. Joe. And while it's tempting to grab a General Hawk just because it says free Sergeant Slaughter with proof of purchase, I was like, oh man, can I afford to buy 5? If I buy 5 General Hawks right now, I can get a Sergeant Slaughter and then I'll be happy, right?
Well, you could get
But
it
it was madness.
Lifeline has it as well.
Who does?
Lifeline.
No one's looking at Lifeline, don't worry about it. So I'm going to go...
Ouch.
Oof.
Right?
Oof. Sorry, Lifeline. I'm going to go with Leatherneck. I'm also going to grab a bat. And I was going to grab one even if Gaz put his back, but I thought it would be cool to have a couple of bats in the mix. No pressure to pick up another bat, Gaz, but it's alright. You can play with mine.
Okay. Little Gaz went back and got a bat.
All right, a couple of bats with a bat brigade, with the bat boys.
I need to
Coming
say,
back at ya.
That was why I got Mindbender because Gaz had already grabbed a bat. So
There's more than one bat, Nate.
I
You
know.
can grab all the bats.
I know.
You can grab.
I've been watching the cartoons.
It's perfect. Well, thanks to your character of Dr. Mindbender. Well, actually, it was more of a what's his name? Who's the guy?
Scrap iron.
Scrap iron. It's more of a scrap iron invention than a Mindbender one. All right. So who have I got? Leatherneck. I'm going to grab a bat as well. So that's 2 Joes. Tempting to grab Beachhead because it's such a great toy, but I'm going to grab Sci-Fi.
Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
Grabbing Sci-Fi because it's a cool toy, and I had it as a kid and I loved it, and I still love it right now. So I'm picking them up. 3 Joes.
That's why
Leatherneck.
a Beachhead because his buddy's ass picked Sci-Fi.
Which one's
Nice.
Sci-Fi?
Sci-Fi's a little
Bottom.
green guy in the corner.
The green RoboCop looking guy at the bottom. He was great.
It's an interesting pick, Zays, because I remember Sci-Fi being a peg warmer back in the day. No one.
I wasn't. I wasn't there for it.
Actually, little known fact that after Zazel finishes his 777 Sergeant Slaughters, he's doing 777 sci-fis.
Brilliant.
I'm 83 or 84 sergeants closer now, thanks to Ron Con, Joe Fest, and my buddies, my pals. Those 3 pals combined put 83 or 84. I can't remember the tally now. But that was pretty cool. I think go ahead.
I was gonna say it was an epic journey just to watch you buy slaughters and acquire slaughters like that. Like I've heard rumors, but it was incredible.
I know how to get my hands on a slaughter. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I think I'll stop at those 3. It would be tempting to just spend up. I can spend up right now on Joe's and walk away being happy. But at this stage, I will wait and see, and see if there's anything else that comes along the line. You never know. I might find a Triple T Sarge. How much money have I got left?
Well, let's do a real tally here. So Phil bought Max Ray, so he has $20 left. Zazel bought 12, three Joes there, so he's got 12, so he's got $18 left.
Okay.
Jazz has $18 left because he also bought 3 Joes. Nate bought 2 Joes, which means he's got $24 left. So there we are.
Would have you bought a Motu figure?
So some of these,
because there are some great. There's like giving some love to. There's some great Motu figures here, but I'm the same as Zazel. By '86, I was just totally away from Motu basically, and like Terraclaw, Skeletor, and Flying Fist He-Man are the worst. The worst versions.
They're not good.
Skeletor without a Havoc staff.
Thank you.
Pardon me, Nate?
That's Summer Beach Bod Skeletor. Thank you very much.
Right.
It certainly is. It certainly is.
But
if you're watching too much Rocky,
He-Man with no power sword and Skeletor with no Havoc staff makes no sense.
But you got Rio Blasi, you got King Hiss. I mean, there are a couple of crackers.
So for true.
Christmas '86, though, I did get both Terraclaw and Flying Fists and Snout Spout. So those are the last 3 Motus I got as a kid. Were those 3? So yeah, I would be if we'll talk about what I would get after because I don't want to skew the game.
All right.
But I would have been all of these properties. I would have been wide-eyed for. We got a question here that says, "Which slaughter do you have the most versions of?"
I would say it would be close, but I think Triple T Sarge edges out Warthog Sarge, but not by much, I reckon. They're very close in numbers. My last tally had them being very close.
So I have a Warthog Sarge coming my way because I'm doing a secret project for an upcoming video where I need a janky Warthog Sarge who's going to get a bit of a makeover.
Can I have it?
Oh, JC Wheeler's here.
Hey, Casey.
Oh, yeah, Casey. Good to see you, buddy.
All
I
right,
was
so you
surprised how many. Sorry, I was surprised how many mail-away Sarges you picked up, Zazel, because I thought that was a supposedly really rare figure, but maybe
I
not.
would say, as far as rarity is concerned, I would say it's a tie between a mail away and a Slaughter's Marauders Sarge that has all its thumbs. Right, both those things are pretty rare. But there's also two thumbs up.
Yeah.
There's also a lesser what's the word I'm looking for? There's a more rare version of the Mailway Sarge that has the chevrons inverted in their colours, and that one I've only got 3 of. So out of the hundreds of Mailway ones I have, I only have 3 of the inverted boot chevron Sarges. And in 1986 I've got 0. So as tempting as it is to get myself a Sarge by buying 5 Hawks and 0 Lifelines, I'll wait and see where the day brings me.
All right. Well, Mom has seen that we've spent some money, and she says, "Okay, we got to go before we leave the County Fair Mall. We're going to go take a look at Bargain Herald." Now, keeping in mind that Bargain Heralds, there's only one of every toy we see.
Get in
And
quick,
here we
fellas.
go. We've got some Remco Karate Kid. We've got a Hercules knockoff. We've got Ninja Strike Force O-ring figures and the classic American Defense O-ring figures.
Okay. Well, those American Defense figures are pretty cool. I think we've established that they've got some pretty cool characters in there.
Yeah.
They're not
the
Nate's
Ninja Strike Force
O-ring
one-
collection cool, but they're cool.
The Ninja Strike Force, I had never seen or heard of that before, and they, as a child, seeing a line of just Ninja Joes in '86, which I think actually looked better than the Ninja Force G.I. Joe things that they did later on with all the neon stuff. I would be very tempted on those ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I will just say this because little Gaz just saw American Ninja for the first time, and he's going for that Black Ninja.
Black Ninja, and they're only $199.
Yeah.
Bargain. I'm gonna have to expand the screen. My old man eyes can't see shit. I mean stuff. Is that a cowboy? Is that a cowboy at the bottom? Not quite in the corner.
Cowboy.
No, that's that like he's like an Aussie guy, isn't he?
Oh, okay.
He's got like an Aussie hat on.
You talk about the American
can't.
Defense guy?
Yeah, was that one?
Yeah, American
the guy
Defense.
we picked up last time. But that was in
so
the future, right? It wasn't '86.
Yeah, so he's kind of a Rambo thing where he's got bullets on his chest and he's got a Recondo style hat.
Are we talking about the one next to the Strike Force?
Oh, sorry, I was talking about the one on the bottom right.
No, sorry. The one next to that one, next to the in between Strike Force.
Oh
and
yeah,
the
that
American
was
Defense.
a little cowboy situation going on.
Oh, that's tempting.
Go for it. Go for it.
All right, I'm picking up the cowboy. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna have to Google it. I need a better look at this thing.
We looked them up last time. They were really cool.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I can't remember the cowboy though.
I was actually looking for some carded examples of them at Joe Fest. I could not find any. But what I did find on card, and I had to buy it for Gaz, was I did find the elusive deep sea cable.
Yeah.
Can we see how you brought him up? Can we play the song?
We
Can
can.
Can we please play the song?
It would be silly not to, right? Like if we didn't take this time and say, well, what what would happen if
Play the thing.
Play the
Do
thing.
the thing.
Do the thing. Play it. We'll
Hold
make
on,
it sweet.
I can't find it. It's not in my list of playable videos anymore.
Oh
dare you.
dear.
Oh no. Well, now I feel like a fool.
And I have them right here. I have them right here. You can't play the
I
thing.
wonder if I've got it saved on my phone. I know it's in my StreamYard.
That's where it was. It was in
Lantern
Zazel. It wasn't in
will
mine. It was
roar
on Toy
like
Biz.
true Newfoundlanders.
We'll run 10 minutes. We sang it live as a group on the Joe Fest floor.
True.
This is probably one of my favorite cables right now. Dare you not
It's
have
so-
the song? How dare you?
Well,
It's so bananas.
while we're
No, but I saw
experiencing
it and I was like,
technical
oh, I have to
difficulties,
get
I'm gonna grab Hercules because he comes with a stick.
Look,
You gotta
Adam,
grab
he's
her
giving you
face
the
and
eye.
stick.
Adam, he's giving you the eye.
Oh, come on, Cabes. It's okay, buddy.
Look at this
Be
weird
friends.
toy I found in from the future. He comes with
Girl.
flippers.
Yes, I need to say, Nate, I think I sent you a picture of it at Joe Fest on a depressing little table with all kinds of just junky figures. Boom, there was a reporter sitting there with his
Yes.
own leg.
You remember that?
Yes.
Brilliant.
And then I said, I gotta buy that for Nate. And I said, how much for report? I said reporter, and then the guy was like, what is that? No, this is the SA guy. How much for him? And he said, $47.
Oh, get lost. Get lost.
I said,
Killing
I
and
said,
streaming.
get wrecked. I said, this is a
Get
this
wrecked.
is a knockoff. No, those guys. It was like, no, those guys are rare. Those guys are rare, hard to find. Yeah, I was like, okay. This is a joke for my buddy, but it's not a $47. I'll just take a picture. That's what this comes down.
Yeah, just a picture.
But
Actually, we'll-
I do now think I need to find as many Machaste figures as I can, and then send them all to you, and then
well,
you.
the funny thing is that I was trying to find his actual legs because my one has Bisto's legs, and I was
Right.
going to try and fix him up, and I was going to send him to you because you,
Childhood.
had him as a child. So I was like, that's perfect. But then I made reporter, and so now I kind of need him.
Right. But I think if we send you as much as we can, you can start the reporter clone saga where they've been cloned and they keep trying to like
It's spreading
keep trying to
fake
scoop
news.
each other from different news
News.
organizations. Zazel, did you do some research on this figure, buddy?
I couldn't find it. I was looking, and then I stopped and started looking for the song from.
Oh, look, there he is. I got a picture of him. Here we go. Ready?
Oh, you do? Nice.
Solo Gaz here. Look at that.
He's even got a Texas Star on there.
Ow.
Well, that's definitely a $2 figure. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Are you wearing your Roncon shirt, Gaz? Oh yeah, representing.
We as in Zazel and his son and me and my kids on day 2 of RonCon, we're wearing our RonCon shirts and our RonCon lanyards, and we went to Walmart for something, and a Walmart employee was like, "Oh, are you here for the TVs?" Like they thought that we were there, like to do something, and I forget if it was Zazel or me. Just instinctively, it was like, "No, we're not," and then I could just hear in my head, if someone asks you if you're a god, you say
You
yes.
say yes. I
Look at this.
really wish you had said yes.
This is the coolest part of the shirt. I mean, they put the I'm trying to get it backwards.
He's gonna buy it backwards on.
With Chris Crosshair. It's got all the
Channel
logos. All the logos
that's
on there.
cool.
Look at what?
Cobra Lang, nice.
Ooh,
so great.
great job, Wes and Andy.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job.
I gotta
But
turn this
the-
thing around again.
The funniest thing that you guys told us was that when you went to the Ron store, that you guys were all wearing the shirts, and Ron didn't make any mention
Didn't
or notice
mention
that you were
me
wearing
at
the
all.
shirt.
You didn't even notice.
I thought it was great that Sarge did a promo for RonCon though. Like he was fully in on it.
Yeah,
he loved the story.
I am
Yeah.
so happy that Sarge is in on it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. The icing on the cake was I sent the Ron Store fella the Sarge promo. Like I'm like, ha! And he was like, yeah, best, nicest celebrity I ever met. What a legend.
So Zazel, did you tell Sarge the Ron story? Does he know?
Oh yeah, that's why he did the
knows
promo
about
for us. Yeah, we told him all about it. We told him about the RonCon event. We told him about the guy calling him Ron, the signatures, and all of that sort of stuff. Gave him the whole spiel, which we actually had done 2 years prior when it first happened. We did tell him at Joe Fest. We reminded him of it this Joe Fest, and he did that fantastic promo for RonCon, which.
I love how he reads it and he looks at it and he's like,
Yeah. I thought Sarge doing that was a great little conclusion to RonCon 25. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
An absolutely fantastic event put together by a bunch of fantastic people. It was hugely fun, and I'm grateful for everyone that was involved in it.
So at Bargain Herald's, Gaz bought a ninja, Zazel bought a cowboy, Nate bought Hercules. Phil, are you leaving with anything? Or are you running it?
So I have been looking at the Karate Kid figures on the left because I think I might have mentioned to you, Adam, like the Karate Kid figures are the next on my sort of want list.
Me too.
But
Me too.
I don't know, $3.99 is that really a bargain? And if I buy one, I probably have to buy two.
You need Daniel and Johnny, or Daniel and Miyagi. Definitely not Daniel and Sato. That wouldn't make any sense.
just need Johnny.
No, I'm gonna leave it for now.
All right. All right.
That's funny.
All right. So Nate is now down to 20 even. Yaz is down to 16. Zazel's down to 16. And Phil is sitting pretty at 20.
I got a bad feeling.
He's
about
rich.
this, guys. I got a bad feeling.
No, this is great. We already got so many great toys anyway. We're fine. We're good. We're fine.
That's right. But we're getting a little hungry. So we leave Bargain Herald's and we head over to McDonald's of 1986.
Nice. Macca's.
We're going to get ourselves a Happy Meal, right? And
Of course.
this Happy Meal happens to be the Stompers 4x4 Happy Meal. And now,
That's cool.
you would
That
not
is cool.
see a Happy Meal like this nowadays because usually you get, 6 items to pick from. You had 16 Stompers that you could have randomly pulled. So I had to make a whole. I took this image and I cut it out and I put them in a hat and I drew who we were going to get.
Oh, cool. Okay, nice.
That's how random. That's how I had to randomize it. So we opened our Happy Meals and Nate, you got this guy right here.
That's the one I wanted.
Nice.
And then Zazel, you got this red kind of version of that, inverted.
That's what I wanted.
That kind of 70s van situations. And then Gaz, you got this little Bronco situation here.
It's like the future me is going to be driving one of those.
Yeah, couldn't be happier. And then Phil, you got this blue El Camino kind of situation.
Nice.
Cool.
That's the one you wanted. There you go. And then I pulled this this little gray Bronco, or Suburban, or whatever you want to call it. But this reminds you of like Matt Tracker color scheme. So
Yeah, his helmet.
So we're in the back of the motorhome now. You guys got new toys. We're all playing with our Stompers. We all have the same thing. We're just loving life right now.
Nice.
Were these like we wind up ones, were they? Or
No, they battery power,
oh,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
they just go over. Now, interesting story. Then we brought the Stomper up. Remember the Stomper that I found?
Yeah,
The
that big
Bandit,
one?
Oh, you
the Bandit
Oh,
Stomper. Yeah,
yeah,
I wanted
Gaz
$100.
found a Smoky
Oh.
Trans Am Stomper for $100 at Joe Fest.
Yeah, and I didn't want
Ooh.
to pay. I said it was too expensive.
Yeah,
I looked them up. You know how pristine that one looked?
yeah.
I looked them up. Ones that look crappy are like 3 times more.
Oh,
Oh
Bought it.
dear.
I should have bought it.
but so there's some things that yes, they're worth it. But if you would have bought a Stomper for $100, like I don't know, man, like my mind can't put that together,
Right?
right? Like I need Steelheart to finish my Silverhawks collection, and there was 2 at Joe Fest. One was on card for $800, and I was like, that's not going to happen. And one was a loose for $180. And I was like, I can't even consider paying $180 for one figure. Like I can't in my mind get around it. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
They should bring these back. Anybody that's in the toy business that can pull strings, bring Stompers back. And
Yeah,
Rough Riders.
Oh yes.
I wonder if anybody owns the trademark for Stompers.
Maybe we should pick it up and start our own company.
Yeah, but didn't you buy a few years ago an A-Team
I have it.
Stomper?
I have the A-Team van. Yeah.
Really?
It's a Rough Rider. Yeah, it still works. Lights still work and everything. Thing was made in like
That's
1981.
All right. Well, we get back into the motorhome. We're having the best day ever, and then say, "Well, we're going to go stop at Kmart." And here we are at Kmart.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
We've got some more Joes.
$5. What-
Phil.
Oh,
No.
more. We've got some Ghostbusters. They're fresh on the scene. We've got
True.
$4.99.
Chuck Norris Karate Commandos. We've got some Thundercats, and we've got some WWF LJN wrestlers.
We could all grab a Ghostbuster and have the full Ghostbusters right now.
That's an
See, it's
excellent
that
point.
kind of language. It's that kind of language. It was dangerous to go shopping with a buddy when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Let's put all our money in and buy this space Lego. And like, well, then who gets it? Oh, we'll share it.
Well, I'm grabbing Egon.
Just like that, Nate's grabbing an Egon.
Good pick.
All right, I'm grabbing Vikman.
Good pick. Phil, you got a choice out of Ray and Winston if you want to jump in on this bandwagon.
I better jump in on the bandwagon, I guess. $7, though. $7.
Feels
Half our money's a.
Yeah, I guess
What
$7.
if there's a triple T in the next stop there, Zazel?
Okay, if I'm spending $7, then it has to be Winston.
All right, good pick. Good pick.
Winston.
I'll take Ray. Obviously, you know what? I'm not going to bother. But you guys have fun.
Wait,
No, just kidding.
Get the
I'll
gut,
take
get
Ray.
All right, so that leaves Adam with
Air pressure at
either.
its best.
Leaves Adam with Stay Puft or Slimer.
Slimer's too big, and Stay Puft's too small. But yeah, I would have been happy with any of those Ghostbusters as a kid. As it turns out, I had Winston and Egon. My younger brother had Ray, and my older brother had Peter. But any one of those is a great toy. So I'm happy to pick up Ray. And now all the buddies get to hang out and play Ghostbusters and G.I. Joe. It's the best day.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. The
Thanks.
interesting segue is the Masters of the Universe slime pit that Mattel put out. Mattel copyrighted the name slime, and that's why Turtles had ooze and and Ghostbusters had ectoplasm, and
Right.
and that's why
insane that
but
someone
that's
was allowed
why-
to trademark the word slime. Like,
and that's why in Ghostbusters it's always labeled as the Green Ghost and not Slimer.
That famous scene where he's like, "Oh, he ectoplasmed me."
Egon, here's your mucus.
Yeah.
All right, so Phil has been peer pressured into buying a Ghostbuster.
Sorry, Phil.
And it happens. It's the cost of doing friendship. But is anybody doing anything else here at Kmart?
I don't know if I like these Kmart prices, to be honest.
I know,
don't
that's
know.
what I'm thinking.
I don't know what you fellas feel. I was a big, a huge LJN kid, but $6 isn't bad. We got the
You know what
Sheik,
else in those? They were
Jim.
huge, right? Like for $6, you get a
Brutus.
big toy.
Who's that next to Brutus in the top? Is that Jimmy Snooker?
That's Jimmy Snooker, yeah.
No.
So just to address Wes here, when he says, was there no other vehicle weapon sets for Centurions at launch in '86? There was at least one set per guy extra, but for the dynamics of this show, I didn't want to clog the shelves with accessory packs for a figure that people might not buy. So I kind of just stick to the core figures here for this exercise.
Come on, Adam. Put everything in there. Give us everything.
Make it all.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any vehicles or anything like that for G.I. Joe. I'm really feeling comfortable with this purchase. $7 for a
Zellers
Ghostbuster
just
when I
have
can
the
get.
flag. It's just the flag. You can buy it or you can't.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna buy the Ghostbusters again in the future.
I think we
Are
might.
you having regrets? We want to put the Ghostbusters
I
back.
think they might do a reissue of them in 40 years time.
2025.
They might do a reissue, and then you might sleep on it, and then when you decide to pull the trigger, you might be able to find all of them except Egon. And you might have a hole in your collection that drives you crazy right now. You might.
There was no Egons at Joe Fest either. Nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, like those Joes are really calling me, and I'm really like unsure about the purchase for $6.
Gaz, if you put the Ghostbusters back, I think Phil will be happy.
Me and Phil are like, I don't know about these prices. You should go back to
all right. I'm happy to put the Ghostbusters back if you want to pick some more Joes.
No, we could go with the Ghostbusters.
We've just killed Nate's joy though. Nate was the first to go with the Ghostbusters. No, let's. Yeah, I'll keep my Winston for my good mate.
Me too. I'll keep Vakeman.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Good stuff.
Are we moving along here to the next shop here, folks?
This might be your last opportunity for a wetsuit, though, Phil.
Yeah, I know, but how much were the Joes at the first place? $4.
$3.99.
$4.99 came out. You're killing me here.
Yeah.
I know.
Killing me. So wetsuit was everywhere. I remember. So I'm. Oh, is he going to be at the next? Is he going to be at 3 shops?
These Joes were at Zellers as well. So these
we're not
there on display.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get wetsuit then.
Okay.
If he's not at the next place, I'd be heartbroken. So I better grab him.
What's the next place? Discount Larry's.
Discount Larry's $1 wetsuit.
If he's at the next shop for $1, I'm walking out
I
of
love
here.
this game.
The next shop is Toys and Wheels in the mall.
Ooh, I'm nervous.
How much money do I have left, Adam?
Okay, so right now, Nate, after buying Egon, has $17 left.
Okay.
Gaz, after buying Vankman, has $9 left.
I'm not.
Ooh, it means I've got 9.
I'm uncomfortable.
Zazel's got 9. And
Does
after peer pressure,
does Wheels and Deals trade toys?
Phil has $8.
I take American.
I think I've only got $13 left because I had 20 left after the.
Yeah, sorry, you have 13 left. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, did anyone pick up? Is anyone because Beachhead was another. Beachhead was my brother's first Joe, so we both came in at 86. I had wetsuit. My brother had Beachhead. Did anyone pick up Beachhead before?
I picked up Beachhead in Brad Zellers. Yeah,
we only need one Beachhead.
But he's a mask dude, so it's cool.
He's a what?
He's a mask dude, so he's cool. We can have like a couple of them. It could be 2 different guys in there.
Yeah, the Wetsuit Brigade.
Yeah, Wetsuit Brigade.
Thanks,
Phil.
Lilith.
No, I'll wait. I'll wait. I
Being
want
very
$8 for the
generous
last
this morning. All right, sorry, Phil. Are you buying wetsuit? No, so
No,
you're
I'm out.
buying beachhead?
I'm buying wetsuit, but not beachhead.
Okay. So heading to Toys and Wheels, Phil has 8, Zazel has 9, Gaz has 9, and Nate has 13. And we go to Toys and Wheels.
Come on, Toys and Wheels. Oh, here we go.
Boys,
All different.
don't see many wheels.
Hmm.
Toys
Is this
and
the
Wheels
last stop?
is outside the store, they had a bunch of bicycles for sale.
Is this the last stop?
This is the last stop.
Well, I guess I could pick up all the Ewoks at this point.
Yeah, so Ewoks have been out of circulation for a year, so they're on discount.
Yeah.
I have
yeah.
vivid memories of
Are,
seeing
are these
Ewoks.
the discount prices, or is it like 20%
Yeah,
off of this
99
price?
is discount prices, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Bionic 1.
Bionic 1?
Yeah. And I'll give my last money. I give whatever I have left over to Zazel so he can finish off his Ewok collection.
All right.
Well, hold on, because I'm thinking, I might for our little buddy, little space cadet. He's not quite a commander yet, but for our little buddy space cadet, we might get him superpowers, Robin for sure, and that's superpowers is 6. So how much if we pool our money, guys? Can we also get him a Batman?
Well, I'll let's see after my Bionic 1, which is $6, so that leaves me with $4.
4.
So if you
So we
have
can.
So yeah, we could.
I'll get the Batman and I'll play with him, and then once I'm finished with him, I'll send him to Spacey.
Perfect. Well, in that case, Gaz, we'll pull our money together and we'll grab you a Superman because you're a huge Superman fan.
No, that's okay. No.
Okay, hold on. You guys are spending so much money here. So
Yeah, we've got all this American money we'll play with.
yeah, so Gaz bought a Bionic 1, which leaves him with $3 left. Zazel
Right.
bought Spacey a Robin, which leaves him with $3.
So if we pull that $6, that's $6.
Yeah.
So
And then-
Zazel can get.
And then Phil bought a Batman,
Oh yeah.
which leaves him with $2.
Okay.
All right. So you guys have a collective pool of $8 left. Nate has 13.
He's rich.
I like the look of the 2 Bionic 6 figures, the bottom left 2. So I'm going to get those, and that leaves $1 from my money for the pool.
So that's
All
what.
right. So you bought the Karate 1.
Yeah.
An IQ.
So that leaves what, $8?
That leaves, hold on, 6, it's $1, which means you guys have $9 pooled
So
left.
if Zazel puts on his hoodie, puts on his hood, and gives
Yeah.
a puppy-eyed look to the cashier, he can get all 4 of the Ewoks.
Please, Missy.
Yeah, 3 Ewoks, or we could get 1 superpowers and an Ewok, or a Bionic 6 and an Ewok.
Well, you can get a Bionic 6 and we can play Bionic 6. Sport 1 is still available.
Yep.
And
Sport 1 and the girls.
I forget what the daughter's name is. What's her name?
Meg.
Meg, and then Mrs. Bionic.
All right, let's grab another Bionic 6 then, so that there's another one in the mix.
So you guys gonna buy Bionic 1?
It would be
Or
the Bionic 4.
Or Sport 1?
Let's do
It's
it.
always weird because Bionic 6 were 6 humans and a monkey. So it was actually 7 people there.
Did they ever sell the monkey, or did he come with somebody?
Oh no, they sold him and he was on a bigger card. He was like on a single card, but it was big.
Bionic 4. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
All right, so you guys
I
got
like it.
an extra Bionic 6 there. And
Sweet.
you're gonna buy one Ewok is what you're doing?
I thought we spent it on the Bionic 6.
No, they're only
Yeah, you have
$5.99.
Bucks.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with a wicket.
Yeah.
That's a cricket term for all you non-cricketers, including me.
And they
Too
come
bad there
with a
wasn't
coin
any-
too, right?
Yeah, we'll flip a coin to see who gets it on what day.
There's some money in it. Maybe we can rip it open and spend the coin.
Oh,
They had to-
good
they had to
idea.
bribe you with some like fake money to buy that crap.
All right. Has Phil spent everything that he's got
Punch your
yet?
teeth forever.
Yeah, I had $2 left over, which got chucked into the pool.
Oh, perfect. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
No
It better not be a
Transformers.
secret.
Nice
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
easy.
That is a surprise.
Yeah, well, again, this wasn't even everything. There was so much on the pegs in '86. It was crazy. It was a real
No triple T.
no triple
Just
T.
like always. Never a
Maybe
triple
we'll have
T.
to travel back to '86 another time.
Yeah.
86 part
Everything's a triple T.
So, all right. So what's happened here is Phil got Max Ray. He got Winston, the Ghostbuster. He got Wetsuit and Batman. 4 figures from 4 different lines.
Yes.
That's great. Zazel got Leatherneck, a bat, sci-fi, a random cowboy, Ray from the Ghostbusters, and he sent a Robin to his friend Space Cadet. Which, when we were kids, it wasn't nice to call someone a Space Cadet. Hey, you Space Cadet.
But didn't he also get Sport 1 and Wicket?
So Sport 1 and Wicket are like in the collective pool between the 4 of you. You got to figure out who gets them at the end of the day.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And then
I've
Gaz,
You only got 4 figures.
yeah. So then Gaz got Beachhead, Zorana, and a bat. He got a black ninja figure, which is really cool. He got a Peter Venkman and a Bionic 1. So a great little haul there
Yep.
for Gaz. And Nate came home with a General Hawk, a Mindbender, a Hercules, an Egon, and a Karate 1, and an IQ. So a good smattering of toys there. Nate spent his money wisely. And then you guys have a Sport 1 and a Wicket, who are, I think the Wicket is one of those things you get in the car and you're like, what the hell are we going to do with Wicket now? Like we're playing Bionic 6, we're playing Stompers, we're playing Ghostbusters. I think Wicket becomes a ghost. You're like, oh, here comes the Wicket ghost.
Yeah, we'll catch him.
It's a,
Or we
it's a fuzzy little soccer ball you kick around.
firecrackers.
Yeah. This is also a thing, too. Wes was right. Maybe we'll do a special 86 Transformers shopping spree, just specifically Transformers, because it was a lot of kids crying in their closets because Optimus Prime is gone away.
True.
Yeah. So, guys, there you are. But guess what? We were all so good, well behaved, that on the way home we hit Robin's Donuts.
Yes. Thanks, Adam's mom.
And it was actually Grandma and Grandpa bought the donuts this time because we were in the
Thanks,
middle.
Adam's mom's mom.
Thanks,
But
friend.
then my grandmother was very much like, don't get crumbs anywhere, and was very picky when we were eating the donuts, and it made it almost not fun.
And the
We had
next
to hang
day,
out the window.
and the next day, the Winnebago got ants, and they
Oh,
never let Adam in the Winnebago again.
Hey, Steven.
That's how you get ants.
And that's how you get ants. Oh, well, another successful trip to Zellers, boys. Wasn't 86 like we would never have the options today that we had in 86. Like that many, all those colors, all the just like packed
So
eggs.
cool.
I think that's definitely the widest range of toy lines we've had at any Zellers trip so far, I think, compared to the other years.
Yeah.
That was
I'm outside
choice.
doing the little Godzilla dance.
Adam, you going to give us your picks?
Yeah, so exactly. So what would have happened, not unlike Wes, because Adam was not good at saving his money, as you guys might have saw at Joe Fest. I was like, ooh, look at this. Ooh, look at that.
Dumped it all in the first box, didn't he?
So I went in on Friday night.
But
Saying, I'm gonna take a look. We'll get a couple things, but I'm just gonna like gonna go down. 30 seconds left. I'm walking around, or 30 seconds later, I'm walking around with the Castle Alliance. I was like, I gotta go back to the room. Now, granted, that was a bargain I could not leave behind. But yeah, no, so it was there was some cool stuff there, man, and I like cool stuff. So I would have gone to Zellers first, seen the Motu, been excited about it, seen the Joes, and been like, yeah, this is great. But Silverhawks and Secret Wars and Centurions were some of those like flash in the pan, there for a year or two and gone toy lines. But man, when they hit, like nothing was cool. Like that Silverhawk show, the Centurion, like when they were there, I was like, this is the greatest toys ever. And so Silverhawks being, what were they, $8? I couldn't get 4 of them. So I would have done exactly what Wes did, 100%. I would have got one of all 3 Centurions and then called it a day. Like I would have been like just following you guys around, watching you spend money on bits and pieces of trailers. I would have went home 3 Centurions, and then I would have been, this is the best day of my life.
Those are the only 3 on this screen that would pull me away from G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember vividly getting Max Ray, just mind blowing, just the size of it and all the wee accessories you got with him.
I've never actually seen one in person, and then occasionally I'll see one on a YouTube video or something, and I'm always surprised at how big the figures are.
Yeah, there's a lot to them.
I would have done Ace and Cloud.
You might be seeing one in person sooner than you know, my friend.
Ooh, intriguing.
Mm-hmm. I'm just assuming somebody else will send you one. I'm just putting on you. It was cool, like when you got a Centurions or when you got a like Brave Star or like some of those bigger figures. When you got them in your hand, you felt like you had something special, like something significant.
Yeah.
Right. Like Joe's cool, and I bought a bunch of Joes, and so is Cable. But when you got those big figures, you're like, this is something outrageous. Even when you get a big Toy Biz Marvel figure like a Beast or a Thanos, whatever, those bigger ones, you're like, this is something quite special.
Yeah, I had the kind of the opposite thing when I was a kid, because like Action Man was pretty big in the 90s, the big Action Man, but they were a bit more expensive. I never had one, but I knew a couple of people that did, and then I got them, and I'm just like, it's a big Ken doll. I didn't really like it, and I wasn't all that fussed on them, and I've got a few of them here now, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, they're 90s, so I like them, but
they're very 90s.
Yeah.
They were also real hit and miss. Like you could get aquatic spy Action Man or like a fly fishing Action Man. Like they were real hit and miss ones.
Like I've got like one with rollerblades, and I've got one with like a windsurfer. One's a go-karter.
That 90s extreme G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Which it's all pretty cool. Like the go-kart's got missiles and everything that like flip up and shoot out. So like that stuff's cool. That's why I liked the ads, but once I saw the doll in here, it was just like, it's a big Ken doll.
So before we call it quits, can you solo me for a second? I just want to play you something.
I don't know what you're gonna play, but I'm excited about it.
I think Gaz will be excited for it.
Oh.
That's the one. And what you guys at home couldn't
Again!
see is that Gaz had Cable dancing along the whole time, right there. That was the toy shows, and we all know this. It's just a natural thing that you see something for a price, and then you barter a little bit. You offer a lower price, and then usually you meet somewhere in the middle, and then you buy it. That's what happens at a toy show. Zazel, very funnily enough, ran into there was a bin of Joe's there, and there was a Sarge in there that was 25, and Zazel offered him throughout the weekend 6 times. He said, "I'll give you 10 for him." And the guy says, "No, he'll sell at 25 all day long." And Zazel's like, "Well, it doesn't seem to be." And he would just come back every couple of hours, and he'd offer him 10. And on the last day, the last minute, Zazel was like, "Yeah, so I'll give you 10 for this guy." And the guy's like, "No, he'll sell." And Zazel's like, "I don't think he's gonna." But when I saw Deep Sea Cable, that was the only figure I didn't barter on. I just bought it. I was like, yeah, there's no, yeah, it's worth it. It's worth every penny to have Deep Sea Cable in Gaz's collection.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Thank you, Adam.
No. Thank you for the memories, brother. And thank you
What a
for
great
not
weekend.
snoring. There was a lot of snoring going on in our room, but not from Gaz and myself.
No.
Also, I don't know if I told you guys, but my favorite memory, and it was something that, you know how there's moments you're like, I wish the guys were here for this. Like, I wish we could all experience this together. So Hans Chow, as you guys know, has a big personality. He's always kicking doors down. Big personality. So we all went to the Waffle House one night, and Zazel and me and the kids got there first, and then Gaz and Matthew and Hans came in minutes later. But the waitress,
I was with you guys. I
You were with
fit
us.
in there because the flag was in the back seat.
the flag was in the back seat. So we get there, and there's a waitress. So the way the Waffle House works, if you don't know, it looks like you're in a Subway, and there's one waitress walking behind all the tables, like a bar, and then there's like a short order cook making stuff at the back. And so this waitress was there. She was very slight, and she was kind of doing a Space Commander hiding under her hat situation, and seemed very like reserved. And we were like, and so we're very friendly. We're like, "Hey, how's it going?" She was like, "I'm very overwhelmed right now," which I thought was an interesting thing to say as a server. And she goes, "We just had a lot of people in here, and it was great." And you could see her like go aside and take a moment. Like she was just, it was a lot for her. So I sent Hans a text real quick. It's like, "Hey man, when you come in here, the waitress is overwhelmed. Just dial it back a little bit." And to his credit, he did. He dialed it back a little bit, and it was great. And we were very friendly to her. And it did not seem to help. Like she was just like, oh, and like one time she forgot like a syrup, and she's like, I keep forgetting, and she was like, flustered.
She did a juggling routine in front of our table.
The best part though was I had no butter, and I was like, do I ask her for butter? Do I like upset the day? And I was like, can I get some butter? And she goes, "Daddy's butter pack," and she goes. And it's like a switch flicked, and she's like, "Well, do you want 1, 2, or 3?" And she starts juggling butter.
Wow.
And I was like, "What's going on right now?" She's like, "Oh," and like juggled on the table. And then Hans was like, "May I have some butter?" And she's like, "Well, how many do you want?" And she started like doing this juggling act. And then when the juggling butter thing was done, she was like, "Oh," and she went back into like her shell. And I was like, it's almost like she's the Hulk when it comes to juggling.
Yeah, that was a very exciting moment. It was surreal to see that quick switch of someone's personality, and it made me wonder what kind of crazy antics she gets up to outside of work. Like, she's part of a circus troupe. Does she have like a unicycle?
She's some sort of circus sleeper agent.
Yeah.
Asking for butter is some trigger phrase.
She literally wore a hat like this, and she was like this. Like you couldn't see her face.
Yeah, it was incredible. But I also think like in her job interview, they were like, "Well, do you have? Can you multitask?" No, not really. Do you have any people skills? Not a lot. I can't. I get overwhelmed easily. Can you keep up with a fast pace of Waffle House? No, I will not be able to do that. What can you do? Do you have any butter? Let me show you something. And then she just juggles and gets the job. It was honestly, it made the day. We talk about it all the time. So, also,
Listen.
if you look at don't move, Zazel. Don't move. I know he's wearing a Pokemon onesie, but if you look at him at this angle with the way he's sitting, it looks like he's wearing a Bruce Lee Game of Death yellow outfit.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a onesie? I thought it was a hoodie.
What?
Is it a onesie?
They went
one of
like that.
to Japan.
Is that in Japan? Is that big in Japan? I need one of those. They got one.
This
in
is big.
Godzilla?
It's big enough for me to fit in.
They have one for Godzilla. I need to get one.
Oh,
I'll keep an eye out for you, buddy.
A lot
I'll
of
keep
people,
an eye out.
wear those, and then they do the Mario karting
Oh
around
yeah,
to Tokyo with their onesies on.
I just want to walk around.
Gaz, I got you a Godzilla hat. Where's that?
Oh, it's in my room.
We could have. Next time we'll double up.
Ready to go get it? Hold on, I'll
Gaz
go
has
get
been
it.
dreaming of that for years. He's been saving cereal boxes so he can set up a little city in his kitchen. And
If they have a Godzilla onesie, I've got to grab one for Gaz. The most I could find was the head. But
I think this just established though that we need to do a Halloween episode of Zellers with the Fellers where we're all in costumes.
Yes.
Like, I think that needs to happen. I'll go as Nate. Phil can go as me. Gaz can go as this.
I might go as Robo Tinker.
oh yes, just drill a hole in your head.
Speaking of Zellers with the Fellers, look at this. Look at this.
That is a great custom.
This is a
It's
custom
so cool.
of yeah.
Like,
So
like
here's the
even
thing
though
about
it
that
says,
custom.
down to the hat. This is the hat that I wear every day.
Great job,
It's great.
Campbell.
Perfect, nailed it.
Yes.
What a legend.
Kiss it, kiss it.
Kiss it.
Nice.
So I'm look at Gaz.
Yes. That's great.
That's so
Yeah,
good.
Godzilla.
That's so good. That's so
Morning,
good.
G-Force. Now,
What up, G?
G-Force Racing never disappoints. So last year at Joe Fest, he presented with the Care Bear because he's the most caring guy at Joe Fest. And this year, he made
So
like
hot.
birthday party style loot bags for everybody.
Yeah.
Nice.
G-Force just making Joe Fest fantastic,
Yeah.
one week at a time. It was
Yeah,
really-
thanks, buddy. It's good to
But-
see you again.
To go back to Nate's
that-
custom Tinkerbot there, my whole thing when it comes to customs is I want them to look like they would fit in with a line from whatever time they're from. So I don't want to be like super detailed, more paint tap so it stands out. I want it to blend into a line. That figure looks like it would be like an 87 G.I. Joe. Like it looks exactly like something you would buy.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
You
It's
did a
perfect.
great job.
So
Actually,
well
looks
done.
like it could be part of Carson's project.
Yeah.
Oh
get
yeah,
Carson
pretty
on the
sure.
phone.
Yeah,
Call him
that's
up.
Great.
We'll say we've got a guy for you. It's called the Tinkerbot. He's from down under, so he'll be the second Australian Joe, and it'll be great.
He's Australia, which means he was created in New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
We've claimed it.
They got another one there, Phil.
The character is from Australia, whether it's created in New Zealand or not. Right? Come on, guys, we gotta. It's
Well, all GI Joes were created in an Asian
make all
country.
we make all the best things that end up in Australia, like Crowded House. It all comes out of New Zealand.
True. Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah.
Gaz's favorite.
yeah, he's so angry. He was in the passenger seat, and I put it on because the boys, and he goes like this. What the hell is this? What is this crap? What are we listening to?
Just the one song.
And then
I
he
just
kept going. He
feel like-
goes, "For real? We're listening to this? Like for real?"
He was furious.
Yeah. To the point now where we put Flight of the Conchords on, and Grayson does a Gaz bit. He's like, "What is this? What is this crap?" So, but guys,
That's
this
all
has
right,
been
Gaz.
great.
Good for that.
This has been a great trip to Zellers. It's been too long, so we'll not wait this long again. And to everybody in the chat, thanks for hanging out. We appreciate you all, and we will be seeing you soon.
Will you meet her tonight at the lakehead? Will you tell her I'll see her someday? When I've come to the end of my journey, down this long, lonely road to Thunder Bay, will you meet her tonight at the lakehead? And tell her I'll see her someday. When I've come to the end of my journey, down this long, lonely road to Thunder Bay.